While it may seem basic to hear at first, the case that is going on with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp in this particular instance, the defamation case that has been going on for over 2 weeks now, is very much one of truth and lies. To be more specific, Johnny Depp is trying to prove once and for all that Amber Heard has lied to the world at large about the accusations of abuse that she's had tied to him. As of right now, there is no verdict that can be rendered for various reasons. That being said, what has been said both during the trial and previous ones, the UK libel case proves that she has lied to lawyers and others. We have it all for you in this video, so stay tuned. You might recall that a lot of key incidents between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp focus on certain points in time. One of those key incidents was that of them in Australia when Depp was filming Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales. But you might have forgotten that there was another major incident that happened there that dealt with Heard's sneaking in her dogs into the country, which was an illegal act, an act that got both her and Depp in trouble, even though Depp was rumored to not even know about what happened until it all fell apart. Naturally, Heard denied her part in this, but she later made posts making jokes about her smuggling them and including, quote, "Some old habits die hard." While in court in London, it was revealed by Kevin Murphy and Kate James that she knew she wasn't allowed to bring the dogs with her and did it anyway, going so far as to threaten Kevin's job. Kevin even admitted to perjury in the London court. She also claimed to have gotten another dog via a rescue that she called Hadia. For reference, this is an Arabic name. After the dog chewed on one of her scarves, she called the dog, quote, "a little terrorist." And where's the dog now? We don't know, as the dog was never seen again. This says quite a bit about Amber Heard in the eyes of many. Easily one of the biggest things that Amber Heard has tried to convey is the fact that she is a non-violent person. Except if we take Johnny Depp out of the equation, that can be proven false rather easily, not the least of which is because she was in a previous relationship with a woman named Tasia Van Reed, and it's been noted by many that she was abusive to Tasia in that relationship so much so that a police officer came and arrested her for hitting her partner. While that is a crime, the overall isn't a lie, right? Well, except she claimed that the police officer was homophobic and despised her because she was dating a woman. A terrible thing if it was true. But guess what? The police officer was a lesbian. Amber Heard is a bisexual and was even an advocate for the LGBTQ+ community. So that blew up right in Amber's face. If you're wondering why this previous action wasn't brought up in Johnny's case, it might be, but the reason it's not more famous is because she got 2 years of probation for it. There are even rumors that Heard had her legal team erase those previous domestic AB allegations, let you think that her AB nature was only tied to her more personal relationships. Her former assistant in Kate James had many things to say about her former employee. Furthermore, she was Heard's assistant during the time of her relationship with Depp. In the defamation case that is currently going on, she had plenty of things to say. Her mother was terrified of her. James recalled, "Her poor sister was treated like a dog that you kick." Heard, she said, would bombard her with text messages sometimes beginning as early as 2 a.m. During one confrontation over James' salary, Heard allegedly went berserk. She leapt up out of her chair, put her face approximately 4 inches from my face. She was spitting in my face, telling me, "How dare you ask me for the salary you're asking for," recalled the ex-staffer, who was later fired. Apparently, Heard also used James' son as a prop to try and convey a maternal side to the media and to Johnny himself. Arguably, the biggest lie in regards to her AB tendencies, though, is not surprisingly the one that has to do with what she did and didn't do with Johnny Depp, because throughout this whole case, the one thing that Amber Heard has done all she could to enforce is that she's never been an abusive person to Johnny Depp, and yet between witness testimonies and the audio clips that have been played for the court to listen to, we know that's a lie, including one clip that Johnny Depp has been trying to get played in court for years. It's a recording of them in an argument after a key fight in their relationship, and Amber very clearly says that she hit Johnny but didn't punch him. She even tries to enforce that she hit him multiple times but never punched him, and even explained the difference between the two. She also went on to note that she started a fight against Depp that resulted in the beating, and when he tried to call her out about it, she called him a baby. Other witnesses recall her basically stalking Depp at times and being near hysterical when she tried to get him to do what she wanted. Depp's own security guard took pictures of Depp after he was allegedly hurt by Amber, and the list goes on. So if she never hurt Depp, there's a lot of people lying, saying that she did. Another one of the most important elements of Amber Heard's claims and testimony is that she was bruised constantly by Depp and showed them off to friends, family, everyone. But if you actually ask those people, most won't say they saw bruising. This includes a doctor that treated both Depp and Heard, Heard's former assistant that we talked about earlier, a neighbor who Heard had a good relationship with, and more. In fact, just about everyone who has testified so far has noted that Johnny and Amber did get into verbal fights with one another all the time, but none ever saw Amber Heard get physically struck by Depp. Now yes, technically that would be understandable if it only happened in private, like say in their home or bedroom, but Heard has made it seem as though he was not only AB to her in certain public places, but that everyone knew about what he did to her, and yet such evidence has not been presented to state that is true. This one is honestly both funny and ironic, but trust us when we say it matters in the long run. During the opening statements of the defamation case, Amber Heard's lawyer stated that to cover up the bruises that were put on her by Johnny Depp, she would use various kinds of makeup. One of the kits that her lawyers used as proof was one that was made by the brand Milani, which they presented to the jury in those opening statements. And that's when things started to get really interesting. The company Milani posted a TikTok video from their page that refutes what Heard's attorney was selling, writing, "You asked us. Let the record show that our correcting kit launched in 2017, adding a hypercut video digging up the deeds on the kit's launch, December 2017. Now if you believe a friend of Amber Heard, this is nothing more than a company using an opportunity. Heard's lawyer was using an example of the kind of makeup that she used, but it's sad day when a makeup company uses that as an opportunity to make light of what victims of domestic violence have to do, hide the results of the AB they endure. Trust us when we say that's not what Milani was doing at all. No company would do that unless they had the death wish. All they were doing was pointing out the facts of the matter, and the fact that this particular brand of makeup didn't exist when Amber Heard claimed to have used it. Could this be a harmless mistake? Possibly. It also should be noted that the lawyer didn't specifically say code to Milani concealing it in the opening statements, but here's the twist on that. The lawyer, through Amber, still used the case as the visual element to get people to think about what Amber may have done to cover up her bruises, and given the nature of this case and how it needs to be one of precise details, which honestly get Johnny in some hot water himself when he was cross-examined recently, you have to wonder why they didn't make sure that the one they presented was indeed one that she used. We'll likely never know, but it was technically a lie. If she's lying about the makeup brand and type she used, what else could she be lying about? What do you think of this? You certainly have a lot of questions in your head right now. Do let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching!